Frankly, I think it's a bit of a joke how many ex-Tory politicians are now Reform politicians. They're not even hiding it anymore. These are people who just a year ago or 2 years ago were serving under Rishi Sunak's cabinet and Liz Truss's cabinet. Fair enough if that's what they want to do, but then you can't present yourself as the party of change or the anti-establishment party. It's absolutely ludicrous. It's always been ludicrous under Nigel Farage, a man who pretends he's a man of the people, but he's a man of the wealthy people. He pretends to serve the 99%, but he's literally there to protect the 1%. And now the genie is out the bottle with Nadhim Zahawi and Suella Braverman, and I think that's clearer than ever before. Before I was leader of the Green Party, I was really keen for a Labour defection because I thought what that would do was improve our poll ratings and get us more media time. We've done that ourselves. In fact, we've over tripled our membership to 190,000 members, and in fact, we're polling higher than we've ever been before. I'm not complacent, I want to see us do more. But actually, we've got a chance right now in Gorton and Denton to win a Green MP. So we don't need defections. If people want to defect and they share our values, sure, I'm open to that conversation. But I'm much more interested in growing new talent, in building our party, and making sure we're taking the fight to reform.
Yeah, just last comments.
It would be huge. Most importantly, it would be huge for Gorton and Denton to actually have a representative who could speak out for them. But sure, for the Green Party to win our 5th Green MP, I think will change the face of British politics, because actually what that tells the entire country is if you want to stop reform and you want to stop Nigel Farage, then you must vote Green. Not just to stop reform, but actually because we're offering a positive alternative, and I really believe that's how we make hope normal again.
Yeah.
I'm delighted that the polls are shifting in our direction, but the only poll that matters is in 30 days' time, so there's no complacency whatsoever. We will be out campaigning for every single vote, because this is a battle for the soul of our nation. It's the Reform Party versus the Green Party. It's their politics of hate and division versus our politics of hope and tangible plans to lower people's bills, and that's what we intend to take to people in Gorton and Denton. Well, it shows that a party is interested in nothing but culture wars, is interested in nothing but division. This is a man who was an academic, who was researching far-right radicalism and fell down the rabbit hole himself. And to see some of his views seems like a very strange candidate for an area that is diverse as Gorton and Denton. I'm Mancunian, and I know we will push back against racist policies, as Manchester always has done.
Yeah.
Well, just a few years ago, when Labour won this seat, we were in a very different picture. People were absolutely desperate to get the Conservatives out, and they wanted change. And I don't know if people have noticed, but we've not had much change under Keir Starmer. In fact, arguably things have got worse. And so we know that both the Labour Party and the Conservative Party have utterly failed people. But what I want people to know is you don't have to go to the politics of reform and their hate and division. They seek to distract us by trying to pretend our problems are because of all sorts of people who have their own problems. But we know the problems in this country are caused by the hoarding of wealth by multimillionaires and billionaires, but more accurately, the politicians who allow them to hoard that wealth rather than having a fair taxation system. I'm not talking about people who are just trying to run a small business or just trying to get by. I'm talking about people who are making more money in their sleep than most people could earn in a lifetime. That's not right, and it's outrageous that we have a Labour government still seeking to protect them.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the moment. It's the battle for the soul of our nation. If you wanted a political blockbuster that would describe what our country is right now, it's right here in this election. We have a party that is funded by multimillionaires and billionaires and dodgy donors from oil and gas. And then we have our party, a party that is funded by community power, by people who are here right now in this community centre and outside. We have a party that wants to lick the boots of Donald Trump. And then we have our party that wants to protect people in this country and make sure we have a livable future. And then we have a party that wants the politics of hate and division. And we have our party, a party of hope, a party of community, with tangible plans to make a change. And what are those plans? To lower people's bills, to make sure our water companies are nationalised by stopping shareholder profits. It's outrageous that water companies can pump sewage into our waters and charge us extra for the privilege. We're the party that wants to defend the National Health Service. And we're the party that when we look around the world, we know that our government is complicit, in fact, active participants in the selling of arms to Israel and the sharing of intelligence, and it is time to end the genocide. Now, I want to get on to the hopeful alternative in a moment, but let's start with reform. I mean, they're making our point for us when they select candidates like they did today. A liberal academic who was studying far-right ideology before he himself fell down the rabbit hole. I mean, you literally couldn't make it up. And so, I'm a Mancunian. I've been in London a long time, and thanks for the whoop. And I know our city can see a racist, can see a party with racist policies, and we will show them the door. And on that, it's a very obvious point, but I imagine it's one that will be made again and again by whoever our amazing candidate will be in this election. But you must not pit working-class communities against racialized communities. In fact, Manchester has a really proud history of people of colour standing side by side with working-class communities, often within the same community, with LGBT communities, with any community that is othered. Because for any of us who come from minority communities, we know when they come for one of us, they come for all of us, and we will stand together. So finally, I want to thank the Pakistani Community Centre for hosting us this evening. I want to thank all the speakers we've had on the stage this evening, and thank you for coming out tonight. 30 days. 30 days to get this done. Now, I've talked about the national picture, but of course, the most important thing here is that the people of Gorton and Denton deserve better representation. They deserve a fifth, or Manchester's first Green MP, which will be the Green Party's fifth MP. And we know we get that done by going from door to door, from conversation to conversation. Because journalists have had fair questions. They've seen the Green Party in the last few months over triple our membership to 190,000. They've seen us polling better than we ever have in our history. But it all leads to this moment. All these paths lead to this election in 30 days' time. So whether you can spend a few hours or a lot of hours, let's go door to door. Let's have conversation to conversation. Yes, we know reform offers the politics of hate and division, but that's not enough, and nor would we want it to be enough. People deserve better than the worst. People deserve better than little less than worse. People deserve good. People deserve excellent representation. Because, friends, that's how we make hope normal again. Thank you very much.